Jillian, Hillary Clinton needs to move on. Well, that according to a new Politico magazine op-ed, which reads, quote, "We just passed Groundhog Day on the calendar, but it feels like we're still living it. We can't break free from the gnashing and rehashing of the 2016 election. She has the chance to go down in history as much more than almost first woman president. It starts with changing the subject." So is it time? Here to debate is Tim Canova, who is challenging Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz down in Florida for the 23rd Congressional District. And we have Hamza Khan of Pluralism Project. Thank you so much, both of you, for being with us. Tim, I'll start with you. Do you think it's time for Hillary Clinton to move on?
Well, I think after every presidential election, it's a healthy thing for the candidate who loses. Traditionally, that candidate goes through a period of introspection and really reinvention. We've seen other candidates do that, Al Gore, even going back to Richard Nixon. And I think it's a healthy thing for the party. It opens up a space where the party can consider other policies and strategies and even personnel to promote. What makes it different this time is really how very divided the Democratic Party is. And a lot of that is a lingering hostility towards the Clinton campaign and the allegations of rigging the primary. That goes back to Donna Brazile and WikiLeaks and even a DNC fraud lawsuit. And it's very difficult for a big part of the party to move on as long as we keep rehashing this without kind of a reckoning. And just to give you one example, right here in Broward County where I am, we tried to verify the vote in our past election, and the supervisor of elections ended up destroying the ballots. We're still waiting for the Florida Democratic Party and the local Broward Democratic Party to speak out about this and do something. And it's very tough to move the party in that kind of a direction when, the lead candidate hasn't even moved on from this. Mm-hmm. There's more I could say about the ballot destruction. If folks are interested, they could go to our website at timcanova.com.
Hamza, what do you think? Do you think she needs to move on? Is it time?
Well, this has been an interesting election cycle, and it's also been an interesting time in American politics. Here we have former governor of Massachusetts, Mitt Romney, a Republican, running for Senate in Utah. We have Newt Gingrich as a top advisor to the current White House administration. We have President Barack Obama setting up a foundation that's getting very involved in local elections across the country. And we have Vice President Joe Biden going on a nationwide tour about America's promise. So the old adage that in American public life there isn't a second act doesn't seem to be holding true anymore. President Donald Trump has run for office himself in the past. He's tried to become the nominee for his party as running for president for the United States several times.
Are you
now
saying
he's back in the game now.
You think it'd be okay? Would Hillary Clinton be on the ballot in 2020 to run for president again?
I don't know if Secretary Clinton is interested in running for president again, but her role right now is being a stateswoman leading our country from behind the scenes, and she's inspired so many amazing people to run for office across this country. Just this morning, the Pluralism Project is proud to endorse a couple of those candidates for Congress across the country, including Fairouz Saad, Kia Hamadanchi, and a few others, Neil Muhammad in Illinois. This is a great time to be an American, and frankly, Hillary Clinton's helped bring about a healing in our country that we haven't seen before. She's been exemplary when it comes to helping the civil transition from one administration to another, both from the Obama administration to the Trump administration, and previously from her husband's administration, President Clinton's administration, to President Bush Jr.'s administration. So we should be proud of the role she's been playing in American public life, and frankly, I don't think there's anything wrong with her staying involved in any way she feels like it. It's a part of democracy.
Well, how can she retain her power in Democratic circles without becoming the target for Republicans? Tim, I'll start with you.
Well, I think that's a very good question and a very tough thing. She will remain the target, and it'll continue to be a rehash of what happened in 2016 at a time when the Democrats have to rebuild and figure out how they're going to come back. Unfortunately, failure has been rewarded in the Democratic Party, and it goes well before 2016. When you take a look at the huge defeats that the Democrats suffered in the midterm elections of 2010 and 2014, this party's in the weakest position that we've been in since 1920.
I have to
That's
disagree with you there,
years.
Tim. Tim, I appreciate
Those
that you're
are
running
facts.
for
Those are
Congress.
facts.
Tim, we'll give you the
I
last
appreciate
word.
that you're running for Congress here and you're trying to build your own reputation in order to take on DWS. But let me point out something to you right now. The United States is doing fantastic when it comes to Democratic involvement, mostly because Democrats are running across the country up and down ballot. And we have the strongest chance yet to take back Congress, thanks to the work that Hillary Rodham Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden have done to build us going forward this coming election cycle. So I don't think you're right about any of this right now, Tim.
That's a lot of happy talk when you take a look at the situation.
Well, when you lose to
Democrats.
DWS
May I
this year,
finish?
we'll know if it's happy talk or not.
Well, may I finish? You know, the Democrats are in the weakest position in the House.
You can keep saying that, but we're doing
state
fantastic when it comes to our House races
Guys, one at a time.
Well, I'm rooting for the Democrats, and I'm working hard.
Well, then
for
maybe
a
you should stop trying to take down our former leader. I'm just pointing this out to you.
I'm not trying to take down the former leader.
It seems like you're desperate just to take on somebody.
All right, we'll leave it there. Tim, Hamza, thank you so much.